Cheers, COD family, it's your princess, and welcome to the first episode of the Yapcast this week together with Wahid. I will welcome her soon. We have our brand new format on YouTube where we discuss all the new things which were happening the whole week in Call of Dragons, all the stories, all the funny moments, and what is new, what happened this week in the Call of Dragons community. And I want to say at the beginning that it is more like a little bit of entertaining show. That's how we want to make it. So don't take anything personal. We always try staying respectful and just go through. And I mean, the Call of Dragons community gave us a lot of good new stuff this week. We made a lot of screenshots. We have everything prepared. So hello everyone in the stream, and I say a warmly welcome, Wahid.
Hello, welcome everyone.
So here we go, and we start a little bit with a new topic. I mean, this week we got the new game update, we got the new infantry heroes, and you see here on screen, I didn't got them from the Wheel of Destiny. I will unlock them via the dailies. And I mean, we saw already some crazy testings. They are doing very well. And I mean, Wahid, you have a funny story to tell, I think, with the infantry heroes.
Well, I don't know. Okay, it's funny for you guys, probably not as funny for me. But I was very excited about the new infantry heroes. And I woke up, it was like 6 a.m., and I was like, okay, let me see which one I need to max first. So I DM Vanyo, and I'm like, Vanyo, which one should I max? So he tells me to max Lee Kwan. And I was really tired. And so I ended up I don't know why the Cav hero and the infantry hero sound so familiar. Why are they both Lee and Lay? And anyway, so let's just say that my Cav hero is looking really good. Really good. And my infantry hero was a little rough, but I will say that she's looking, yeah, there she is. She's looking really good. I don't play calves. I've never played calves, but yeah. So that was a lovely day.
Yeah, Wahid woke up and I mean, we have to say, both are red. Both are red. And
Right,
Lee,
both the names are so familiar. Why would they make the names so similar? Like, what is the right? Why is that necessary?
and why
It
are
was
they
only
both
when I
red?
got to it was when I got to skill 3 with her. I think it said something about calves, and I said, "Wow, infantry hero has calf stuff. That's cool."
So yeah, we ended up that Wahid got a very good Cap hero, put all her G4 tokens stocked up by buying the Hero of Tamaris for the new infantry hero.
And poor Banyo's sitting there like, "Why?"
Why? Yes. I mean, why are you trolling, chat saying?
I wish I was.
I mean, the only difference is the weight of two, right? Lee looks very thin and Lei looks a little bit more heavy.
Yeah, it's just, and I wasn't even looking at the pictures. I was just looking at the names real quick. I was running late to work. I just woke up. It was terrible.
But what do you think about the design of the new heroes? About Kuma? For me, that is a Husk 2.0, and this guy had a little bit a too small head, in my opinion, in relation to his body.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Well, luckily, I did have enough to like fully max
Ah, okay.
our non-cav buddy. So he's now fully maxed, but I wasn't pleased with the situation.
So Lei is the strongest Lord hero, and you have it already awakened?
Yes.
Ah, perfect. And Kuma is the wheel hero where you probably then go for the wheel. And I mean, we have a lot of people here in EIS already awakened both. And everyone is waiting for the new artifact next week. We will see more. We definitely had some great reports already on bastions and everything. So I think that was pretty cool. And I mean, the other cool thing this week was with the update. I mean, here the Tohar buff. I don't know if you saw the video, Wahid, I made when Tinsy got rallied and Tohar was doing that AoE damage as a city garrison. And it is so OP in the meantime because it hits extra 3 enemy legions. and it hits so heavy, and it has the range of mages. I was going crazy, crazy, crazy. So I'm
All I
happy.
heard, all I heard from that was that Tinsy got rallied, and that just makes me happy.
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
Poor Tinsy. Tinsy's taking so much abuse.
I know, and he likes that. He likes that.
He
He's
does. He
yeah,
does.
yeah. Tinsy loves the attention. And I mean, the Fook was sitting beside, and no one was, and he was the whole time. Why is no one rallying me? And yeah, it was what it was. But who wanna check it out? I dropped lately a video about it. So let's go a little bit to the spicy stuff. That's probably the reason why you are all here, guys. Let's enter the spicy stuff. I have one screenshot, and I think that points out very good who was the main two topics this week. I will just change to it here. And COD community, thank you so much for giving us all that content. I feel like that is a cool summary of what happened this week. Maybe BTX and TFS merge part 3, TFX, whatever.
TFX.
Yes. I mean, Zone 2 opened this week, and it was going wild in the KVKs. And I mean, also, as thank you, Venue, for sharing the video. Who want to check out the Tohar buff? Let's look real quick. I mean, the main focus was definitely here. We can look real quick back. This is the Zone 2 of Echo and BTX, and I don't know how long it lasted, but I think it was not too long. This was big topic in the Call of Dragons Discord. It was going to be crazy. We had memes about it. I mean, let's look at this real quick. Arise really his videos. I was dying laughing.
Rise is so good. I mean, I don't know where he comes up with half these ideas, but they are so entertaining.
They definitely are, and there are also some other guys made some memes about that. But it was basically the whole week BTX was dominating the meme channel here. BTX built
Or
to
they're dominating some of it at least.
how it started, how it ended. I mean, they really when you ask BTX what happened to Zone 2 and then a baby crying. I mean, here, that one as well. A lot of people really, I think that one was a super funny video as well.
I love that one.
There was definitely here, you all gotten more of these Diplo wins, BTX next season. Hi, Linto, welcome to the stream. So Arise is really cooking. And then today we had here Heart in the BTX, in the COD Discord again. I mean, that is actually hear me out. This season, BTX proved they are geniuses. They forced the devs to match them up with Echo so they could prove to everyone that they are not afraid of strong opponents, knowing they would lose anyway. Logically, you can't say, haha, losers, you lost your first real KVK because, come on, it's Echo. No one would beat them 1 versus 1. And if they had someone, even better, because hey, we beat Echo. No one has done that before. So it is super funny. So they showed they are a fighter alliance, secured to a respectable loss. We lost to a better team and picked up some flex points for the next recruitment season. 0, maybe.
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's just this genius plot, you know? I mean, maybe we're not giving them enough credit.
Yeah, I mean the thing is we all know Echo and BTX both asked to be matched up after the last season when they allied, and now they ask for that KVK. The question is, Genesis, you're saying BTX is okay, yeah, I thought Echo was saying a little bit in COD Discord that BTX fighted. Okay, they just didn't really build defense or they fighted the bastions. Epta saying here, BTX haven't been humbled before. You can't be that high of power and expect to win versus Echo when you haven't lost before. Luckily, BTX leadership aren't giving up and are improving every fight. I mean, that is the question now. How will BTX handle that? That is the That is the critical points, in my opinion, in KVKs like this. How you handle these situations. Losing is one thing, but it all depends how the leadership handle it and how they go forward with that.
Yeah, because I mean, they can either go one or two ways. They can kind of let this kind of crash them, or they can really let this be, hey, it was a learning opportunity. Let's kind of hold back a little bit on our ego and let's get back to the basics and, learn from this. Because I think that's kind of what you see. And I think that's why people are kind of memeing this so much, is because they came out with just this huge ego. I mean, Fob and I got into a fight in like general COD. Like it was just very strange. Like the ego that got so high just because, and they hadn't been proven before. They haven't had that big fight before. So now seeing it and then begging all this and then them getting put together and then just, being that disappointment, I think is what really got the community so excited about all this, or entertained, I should say.
Oh, I totally forgot about your fight with Fob. I mean, I think
I know. You know what? And the worst part is I had respect for Fob for so long. I actually enjoyed this guy. I wasn't like Dark, who like I think blocked him. I actually enjoyed him. I liked his bullet points. And then he said something to me. He was like, all you do is like you don't even play, you yap, blah blah blah. Like it was just really rude. And the only thing I'd said to him was, "Hey, what was the last KBK or something that I'd asked Dark what was the last KBK they won or who they had faced last season? I can't remember because I wasn't here. I took a 4-month break. So I thought it was a valid question, but I think they took it the wrong way, and Fob kind of came for me, and so they kind of got put on my poop list.
that's a cool list. I mean, honestly, I saw that and I knew it because you really had you were 4 months. You were not on the COD Discord. You were just not there. You were just not present. So for
Yeah, 4 months.
you didn't know that history. That I mean, you probably know that BTR and EXP merged, but you didn't know they played G3 before and all the stuff what was already memed before that they said they only go for T4 alliances. You had nothing to do with that, and you had only a question about what was your previous KVK matchups, and they totally got mad at you.
Exactly. And it was the craziest thing because I usually don't start nonsense with any. I mean, it's very, very rare. Uh, and then, yeah, I was very annoyed with that. And I usually don't get annoyed at people. So that was actually the no, that was the second person in Call of Dragons that I've ever blocked.
Oh, you blocked him?
Oh, I blocked him. I was so fed up. I was like, I'm not playing this game with you.
I mean,
You're not going to annoy me on my own screen.
okay, that is kind of understandable. I mean, it was really. I mean, I think it was really a bad moment because you had no clue about that, but you pointed exactly that what a lot of the community was already stating since weeks and since months. In all the months you have not been there. So that is probably what triggered it a little bit.
I
Let's.
think so, but he did make it to number 2. Number 1, if anyone wants to know, is Morden. He was blocked for a while, but he's unblocked now.
He's
He
unblocked?
made Yeah, he made his amends. So I decided to unblock him.
Okay. So the only one on block list saying is Fob.
Yeah, that is the only one on my blog list for this game. There's some other games, but
I mean, let's look a little bit here what the chat is saying.
yeah.
So much here. EIS lasted longer than BTX with a build and burn buff and 6 billion less power in a season prior. I mean, I mentioned that a little bit in my last live stream. I have to admit, I haven't seen the Echo BTX fight, because we were busy fighting as well. But I feel like
Yeah.
I think what I do not understand is that you cannot set up a defense at a choke point at some point, with a bastion or something like that they didn't went for that. But I think that was maybe just a strategy thing. And I heard they just run out of infantry stamina, but that is also part of the game that you that you don't throw in all your tanks in the first 2 hours and are out of stamina. I mean, what do you expect then against Echo? That is
Yeah,
kind of.
I mean, it has to be strategic. I mean, that's why Echo has the same amount that you do of stamina. I mean, in a nutshell, right? I mean, I'm not saying exact one for one, but I mean, what Echo is really good at, and especially when I was in Echo, is they're good at making sure that they don't stand out their infantry heroes. They'll have a lot sit to the side, and they'll have it bring in later once the first line's gone. So they're really good at making sure they capitalize on every single infantry march.
Here I was muted. Absolutely. I mean, that is kind of the thing, and I think but you can take learning from that fight, and I mean, we have definitely to say, Echo is the top one team in the game, and that is the next question: will they have a competition in the future? You know, when you are so dominating, kind of each KVK. It is what as one point to Noir happened. Noir had the issue; they were too powerful. There was no opponent who can kind of nearly beat them, and then it gets boring as well. So you have to go normally into KVK Diplos, which are not in your favor. So Noir did the opposite. Noir kind of still with the big power, they overpowered their allies as well, 2 or 3 KVKs in a row. And then, I mean, we all know what happened to Noir. And I feel
Well, I
like,
mean, you even. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you even saw that with TFS, especially, right? I mean, we were at the top for so long, and it got to a point where we actually went and we fought Nor once, and I had messaged to Toro, for working out what they're planning on doing, or I guess asking what they're planning on doing, where they're planning on dropping, so that us at TFX or us at TFS, TFX. I'm saying the BTX TFS thing. TFS would be able to would be able to figure out where we want to drop. And I went and I messaged Toro and I said, "Hey, where you guys think about dropping?" And you know what he said to me? He said, "Just let me know where you want us to."
Yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, we got to the point where we were so strong that they didn't even want to try, and it was just tell us where you want us to drop, and that was coming right from Noir.
absolutely. I mean, absolutely. And that is the point. I mean, we have to see, I think, some other alliances grow strong as well. I mean, there's also, let me read a little bit, chat. Yeah, I mean, BTX deserve to be memed after Zone 2, absolutely, but they have improved the fight since I've talked to their leadership. So I have high hopes for BTX for an A4 KVK. Okay. After you guys want, well, we'll see in Dragon Zone if they last 6 hours again. Then the zone, in my opinion, you can't really defend them. I like BTX until Fob started talking smack. If someone gets mad when you ask who they have to beat, that means the answer is no one. I gotta agree with Abda. Not planning a defense is also a team diff. If you get smoked out in a few hours and you had no backup plan, well, there's also speaks how organized your team is. After saying honestly, no idea what it was doing done. Like if BTX before going into that zone 2, I'm taking off the whole week prior to prepare my team for Echo, but seems like they didn't do that. But I hope that shot is in the food is motivating them now. I mean, we have to see the problem was before in Statue, they had that incident as well, that they didn't show up the first hours. Everyone was hyped for new KVK. Everyone was fighting the Statue at reset. And BTX were kind of waiting their prime time. And I saw that earlier in COD Discord too, that as a 30 billion alliance, you should be present. And when there is a opening or something, it doesn't matter how it is downtime or not. And it was also kind of, that is the first show. And wasn't it also at the weekend? So in my opinion, that it is so important also for the morale. So they started already in with that statue thing. And then the zone 2, then you get kind of pushed out very fast. So, I mean, now they have to get that stuff together and yeah, they have to see how that goes, how they want to go for it. But if you have that powerhouse, for sure you can say, yeah, Echo is top one team in the game, but it's not like that BTX is weak. I mean, they have 30
Yeah, and I
billion
mean
power.
that morale too. I mean, and really, I think that's where their leadership made a critical mistake was when they kind of start out and they start out and they did just wait. I mean, when you have your players, you need to keep them excited and keep them engaged. And when you say, "Hey guys, we're not going to go right at the beginning. We're going to wait a few hours," it's just the morale hit. People log off. People say, "All right, well, they don't care about this season." I mean, that's a terrible way to start off. When you're leadership and you're trying to get people excited and get them in the game. I mean, you could see from us, we had Dark pumping everyone up, like, "Hey, we're going to jump into this. We're going to start. We're going to like give it the best season we've given it." That's the kind of attitude you want to have.
Absolutely. And I mean, it is always, I have to say it happens to every alliance. One time you just have not a good performance, or sometimes like this. This happens, and you can also admit it to say, okay, we didn't do that. Now we take the learnings
Yep.
from it. If we are honest, when I think back about last season when we fighted Echo in Zone 2, that wasn't our best performance either. I mean, sure, we had a big power gap that was crazy. And especially with the build buff and everything, that was, and it was, I think the build buff was counting for destroying as well. So that was kind of for us also super heavy. But we could have done there better as well. So,
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, that was the another leadership difference, is right. So Dart kind of went through and he told us, he's like, you guys could have done a lot better here. I'm disappointed in this.
mhm.
It was totally acknowledged that that zone was not a good zone. It was not a good turnout. We were running scared. It almost looked like. So I think that being able to acknowledge that and move forward from that is even what's giving us so much success this season, this zone. Is that mentality of, hey, you know what? We didn't perform our best last season, zone two. Let's give it our best this season.
And that is what we did. Then in Zone 3, we showed up again, and for sure we had the defense advantage that Echo had at the beginning to push us through the pass. But when you see the power difference, I think it was fine to having the defense advantage. And there we showed up, and there I think we showed that we can really put up good fights and everything. Even after that Zone 2 was so bad, we kind of transferred it. We kind of said, okay, this was not good. That was not a good performance in Zone 2. We need more activity. We need to take some times off. We need to put everything we have in that Zone 3, and we did it. I mean, and we were going in a Zone 3. We knew we would lose. I mean, it was clearly that RFF and Echo will 2 versus 1 us. And I mean, RFF came at some point in, then we had to jump top and bottom to defeat both sides. And it was clear at some point it even turns in a 3 versus 1 that BTX comes in too. So it was clearly we won't win this zone, but we still had a great activity and tried to fight. And that is kind of, I think, the thing what BTX has now to transfer to say, okay, that was zone 2, make a tag on it. Let's learn from it, what we have to do different, maybe build a defense position earlier, manage the stamina better, whatever, and then just bring back all the hype back for the Zone 3. And I mean, when you're a 30 billion alliance, you have a lot of Krakens, and these Krakens want to play. They don't want to sit in Zone 1. I mean, they had a few hours statue fight and a day a Zone 2 fight. That is not what they expect when you play in the top 2 kingdom in the game.
Yeah, that's exactly. Oh, Ali, Wahid, I remember you from Game of War in 2015. You have
Wahid
a
is
good
everywhere.
memory. If you remember me, it's from 10 years ago. So yeah, my boyfriend was the strongest player. He was. He made Nefisto look like a dolphin. So Game of War was a game very similar to this. It was one of the first castle builders. It was the first castle builder, actually. So pretty much the same kind of game, but with a lot more money involved. This game is actually very cheap compared to what that game was. There wasn't the hospitaling. I mean, your troops died when they died. And it was just, I mean, there were stories that actually made it to the news of people embezzling from their businesses to pay for their or their Game of War addiction. It was wild. It was such a good game though, but same thing, a lot of drama, a lot of excitement, all that.
You really played a lot of games. It was so funny. I think this week I was saying we talked anywhere about Age of Empires Mobile, and I said I quit that game beginning of the year because I didn't like the PvP and KvK style. And then I said I think I got rally at the end by Cetes. Do I say her
Yeah, by
name correct?
Tess.
Yeah, Tess, yeah. And then Wahid said, "Oh, I remember her. I played another game with her a few games." And I said, "Wahid
That was the
really
game we
knows."
actually played together. We played Game of War together.
Yeah, but she was a big Kraken in Age of Empires Mobile as well, and for sure you knew the Kraken.
Yep, always. She's actually a countess in real life. She has a really interesting story.
Okay, interesting. I mean, all the Krakens. I mean, they always impress me. Like, and I mean, that is what kind of is here in the top KVKs. You have really all that kind of big dragons, high spenders, and it's crazy. And I feel like you said that people think Call of Dragons is an expensive game, and yes, it is a pay-to-win game. But I played other games as well, and related in relation to other games, Call of Dragons is still cheap is the wrong word, but I don't find the right word. It is not so expensive like other games. Let me tell.
Reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, reasonable is I think the right word. Um, so yeah, you look here. Tess has 800 million power in Age of Empires Mobile. Yeah. Hi, Mind Drive. Hi, everyone. Guys, don't forget to drop a like on the stream if you enjoy our first episode of Yapcast. I mean, BTX, I think Zone 3 invasion will be interesting to know. When we look back real quick on that KVK, how is the situation here? I mean, so Echo is allied with MFD and YW. I think MFD has her. Is that MFD is over here, I think, just fighting probably somewhere else. The allies of Echo also kind of won the zone. That is just here a little bit. Maybe they kept it in for PvP or didn't make the push yet. So it will get rough in that zone 3s because it is like Echo kind of took over the whole zone 2. And their allies, MFD and VW, won here as well. And we have here, I think, yeah, BR. And is EVG? Is EVG the other one they have here? No, EX. EX is the other one here. Here's King Yummy. Yeah, so that's gonna be exciting if we even go to a dragon zone is the big question, because you can zone lock this. You can invade the zone 3s and you can try keep the allies out that they don't can enter the dragon zone. And I think Zone 3 is dead. I mean, when we first enter Zone 3, it definitely is dead. You go into this Pass 3 and you just build up. And I mean, the focus on BTX will be putting a defense, same for the allies and stuff like that, to make sure that they have still the entry to the Dragon Zone that they can enter via the Pass 5 here. So, but then we get Pass 4 opening, and then we have the invading. So you basically can hold back your enemy to go into the Dragon Zone, but it is still, look how big that zones are. 2 passes 5, that is a lot of work, and you have to go to hold them fully back. You have to hold them back because basically, for example, they can also here, you have to hold back both to come in Dragon Zone, or maybe they just focus on BTX at the beginning and holding them out. We have to see how that goes. BTX
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
BTX and Echo are global allies. They will let them in the final zone to Eligar trade dark.
Rage baiting as always.
Yeah, true. I was thinking the same. Because I mean, to be honest, that was really the case last season. There was a lot of Eligar would BTX and Echo stuff in the Dragon Zone. That was kind of funny. So I do understand that. But we will see how BTX will do. I mean, they are a powerhouse. What I know is that they have a really strong core, and a lot of friends of me play in BTX, and I really hope they find back their way. I'm always a person who likes when people recover, when people learn from their mistakes, and when we don't lose so much alliances. People always wanted that everyone disbands, but if every alliance disbands in the game, who we fight at the end, right?
Yep, that's exactly. I mean, we want, at the end of the day, we want strong alliances. The last thing we want to see is alliances crumble. I mean, when you have a relatively new to the scene alliance like BTX, you want to be able to see them grow, and you want to be able to see them as a fighter. Because otherwise, at the end of the day, you're only going to have Echo, and then who's going to fight Echo? Who's going to beat Echo? Who's going to give us those exciting fights? I mean, those are good for the community.
And I mean, here that is this picture. Ooh, wait. I have put it up again. Here it is. I was afraid I lost a lot of my screenshots. Here is you all got any more of those Diplo wins. I think it is also super important what BTX, how they react on that. If they go for a Diplo win next season, that is killing that for the Krakens who want to play PvP. So they play now the top one team in the game, and that KVK doesn't look like it is to win. It doesn't matter. But I played a lot of. I mean, EIS was always in the top one KVK, and it was often Diplo-wise not in our favor. But it is like at the end of the day, you get a lot of PvP. You get a lot of PvP in that KVKs. You are not the overpowered part. And that is also a lot of fun. So the win is not everything. So I just hope BTX adjusted, and I feel like they have a good core. They have good people in leadership. I mean, can I find them real quick? The leadership. Let me check out if I
I
can.
like Dark says if anyone want to beat Echo, they need to join EIS.
Oh, that's a dark. I mean, honestly, when I
Oh, Rise is here.
Arise is here. Oh my God. Arise. Welcome to the club, Engine Panda. Arise.
He's
Welcome
like
to
the
the
biggest
stream.
celebrity.
I did ask him earlier if I can use his memes, and he was so nice and was telling me, hey, it's fine. Because I feel like he put so much effort in that memes. People sometimes don't know how it is. I know that because I'm recording videos and with all the cutting stuff. It's not that is a 5-minute thing. And he's so creative, and I'm dying laughing when I watch them.
Oh, they're so good.
The BTX trash talk, it's going a bit too far. Yes, they did Diplomin last season, but not this one. And they still got S on more than anyone else. I mean, EXP Mobile, all I have to say from that is it is all about how you act before. And when you saw talking BTX last season, when they did the Diplo win, that is the only part where I had, and I have one very good friend in BTX, and I always tell him that my respect you get when your words bring actions and stuff like this. But always having a big mouse against others last season with that big, call it Diplo win or however, it doesn't matter for me. But don't really prove anything. So now is the time to prove, right? Now is the time you can show off. You can show that you are still fighting, that you're still giving your everything. And it didn't look for me showing everything when you just don't show up at a statue at a reset time with a hype or something like that, when you don't build up a defense. Maybe it was a mistake or something like that. But now they can go on and they can work with what happened, and they can make it better, right? So that is yeah.
No, I agree. And I mean, and I see kind of in chat saying the same thing, Murda, because they hyped themselves up, like they even had chance against Echo. And I think that was kind of what irritated people is when they did the Diplo win, they still were hyping themselves, like almost like they beat Echo. And I think that level of, and I get it. When you get to be a top alliance, there's a bit of ego that goes into that, and you start feeling yourself and all that. But I think that they probably needed to tone that in, and we've seen that this season, though, right? I mean, we've seen a lot less of their talk and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first, I totally forgot to say thanks for the subscribe from Gitchian earlier. I forgot totally because it was Wahid talking and I didn't want to interrupt. So I do really appreciate this.
No, always interrupt me, especially for subscribers.
No. I just want to say thanks because I do really appreciate that. We have here, let me read else. George Gaming is here, another YouTube content creator, and Candy's in the house. So many people, I cannot just say hi to everyone. Isn't the point of the game to fight, win, lose, draw? Otherwise, maybe Angry Birds better to play. I fully agree, and I think that is the only thing why BTX get flamed this way, because last season they were in that kind of overpowered position where they're yelling out at all others, and now they are kind of in a point where they are in a kind of equal situation, plus minus. And they got wrecked, right? It happened to them. What they were calling out EIS the whole season, flaming us how bad we do against Echo, and we had a big power gap. And I think this is the part why they get flamed so much right now, because of their actings. And I mean, I don't know it was, I think Wahid told me that some BTX people there, they all left the Call of Dragons Discord. Maybe they took a break from all that and then
Yeah.
yeah.
I think after the fight that Fob and I got into, I think a lot of them left after that. I think that was like not just me, obviously, but all of them going in on that chat that day. I think just was too much.
And at the end of the day, I think it is okay to banter each other, and that's why it's also okay when BTX throw out their comments, at EIS, whoever. I mean, we play that game. We are all super competitive. For sure, we are a little bit, bantering each other and picking each other, and that is okay, Flame, as long as it doesn't go personal, as long as it doesn't go against the person itself. About about the gender, the race, any bad insulting, then it's for me still fine. I mean, I'm so used on that EIS get called dead, the Verse Alliance, everything disbanded 500 million times. I get used on that, and that is for me never an issue, and that facts get twisted and stuff like that. I'm also used on that. That is normal in the Call of Dragons Discord. People can have different communities. That makes the game fun, right? A little bit drama is okay.
Oh, exactly. And that's one common denominator in all these kinds of games is the drama. It is always that next level of drama, which I think is good. It makes people are invested in these kind of games. They see it as like a second life kind of thing. So I get it.
Absolutely. And I feel like, so we can see, I feel like, I know Khalal's, and he is a super, Khalas is a super R5, and they have a shared R5 with, I think Ions is as well. And was Coconut? I don't see him here in the list right now. Is it on the info here? Yeah, here. And Sochu. So these are the main leaders of BTX, and they have definitely BTR and EXP. They have a good core. They're hanging out together, playing games together and stuff like this. So now it's just recap the season going forward. I mean, memes, whatever, don't care about it. Just go forward, play, have fun. They can try out different things now. When defending Zone 3, it will definitely be Echo who invades them and not them invading Echo. So they can build up a defense and everything. And just learn from it.
Mind Drive's right. You have to have a rival or arch enemy, or it's no fun. I agree. I definitely agree.
I agree as well. And I mean, that is it. And but they have good people in there, and I don't think BTX. Some people say BTX will fall. I don't think BTX falls so easy because they have their loyal core, and their loyal core is very, very valuable in a game. So we have to see how it goes. I wish them best luck. Bad luck. I was best luck. I mean, I wish them best luck. And I want to fight BTX one time. I want to fight BTX one time in a 1v1. I really do.
I would love to in a 1v1. I think that'd be really fun.
Fob and Dark in the same KVK is a must-have in future. So BTX arc enemies KVK without Diplomin.
Oh, and Perth's already going on about his caravan.
Dark saying Noir had a loyal core too. But I feel like BTX has a stronger one, but it's also true. I do agree. So, okay, let's come to the next topic. It was not only BTX in the COD Discord, but let us guess. Okay, who do you think is the next one we are going to talk about? Chat, what do you think?
Yeah, let's see what they say.
I mean, guys, for our future Yapcast, you are very invited, sending us screenshots and sending Wahid and me infos. We are trying to keep all the infos together, that we can just summarize the week good. And we are both very busy sometimes, so we might miss out something. So if you have good stuff, let's go look what is next one.
Chat smart.
Chat is smart. Okay, so let's go with this one. I will share the screen. I mean, that was the first one this week. Where is Toxic? One of the best players in the game. He was hyped to join TFS. He was in the Guns did that welcoming video. Fluffy and Toxic joined TFS. And he was so hyped. And I mean, we all know Toxic is a tank slammer. Toxic is filling that bastion. So he's definitely bringing some value. And he's what, close to 500 million powers. So all we see is 0 merits and kicked from the alliance. Do you have any infos, Wahid?
So for Toxic, what I heard that they've all been trying to contact him and that he's just been totally ghost. So I hope obviously everything's all right with him in the real world and everything, but I heard that they've all been trying to figure that out, what's going on with him. But yeah, it is too bad. I mean, I like Toxic. He's always been nice to me. Yeah, very strange.
Gun said he hunting jaguars, but not sure how much of that was a joke. So what I heard, I think, I think I was in Gun stream yesterday as well, and I think he said that Toxic is he playing another game or something like? Oh, I don't remember 100% correctly either. So I'm maybe not the perfect one either. But I mean, a person like this not showing up. I mean, I am totally with you, Wahid. When there is no info about him and you cannot contact him, then I hope
Kyle
everything
got
is all
him.
right.
Someone said Kyle got him.
I mean, but for sure, we hope everything is all right. But it is a little bit weird.
Dark said, I have respect for Tox as a player. I wasn't a fan of working with him as an ally.
Yeah, I mean, as a player, we have definitely to say and he's normally known as a super active player. But so this was not the only one, guys. There is another one which is called Yusu. He was the XR5 of LTS, and I think he joined TFS the season before. 245 million. He's a super active player as well. 0 merits, no alliance. What is going on there? That is what I was asking myself. Because do you have any info to that one?
No, that one I haven't heard anything about. And it's, I wonder why they were kicked too. I mean, I understand kind of how Jason is and how he thinks, and he's not going to have anyone who's, not fighting. But I'm surprised that a lot of these players were kicked so fast.
I mean, 0 merits. I do not know if maybe they haven't logged in for days or something like that, and that's why they did it.
Dark said, High Princess also went to Echo with 13. That's actually really interesting.
I didn't know that, did she? My name.
She did. She went back to Zod.
I didn't know that. so many more. Let me search her real quick here. She did now mid KVK migrate?
I guess so. I don't know, but someone told me that
she
too.
did. Wasn't she before
Which is
in
really
Echo?
awesome.
Wasn't she before?
So she was before in Echo. So she was before in Echo, and then she left to TFS, and then she went back to Echo, I guess.
It is 3K merits, Dark, to correct you.
I'll say allegedly. So allegedly, High Princess had a thing with Sod. When they broke up, she went to TFS and had a thing with Jason. And then when they broke up, she went back to Echo to Sod, allegedly.
You're so good informed about that stuff. I have 0 clue about that. So that means they are a couple again.
The spicy tea.
Doug saying she migrated start of zone 2. So we have, okay, that is super interesting. Wahid has always all the back infos.
That's why girls chat's always so good.
That is true. But I always miss that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how. Well, everyone tells me the drama. That's why.
Yeah, and that is how girls sometimes play different like men. I'm not saying all, but it's just sometimes you have that stuff and but it is for me, I mean, when you say they broke up, then they broke up and then back, that is not expected.
But too, though, I think the girls play, I think a lot of girls, and I don't want to generalize because that's not fair, but I'll say a lot of girls play more for the social aspect of the game. And so I think that you see more of this drama. But then at the same point, with this drama, there's girls, but there's also the guys, right? The drama couldn't happen without the guys there too. I just think the guys probably get more of a pass on this stuff, which isn't necessarily fair, but that's just how it goes.
I do, how do I say it correctly? I partly do agree with you. I mean, I saw many of that stuff in the game as well. Many relationships, many stuff that, I mean, I sometimes cannot totally understand that because I'm super in another perspective on that because I'm just there to fight and stuff like that. And I don't want to have anything to do with that. But I do understand. I mean, we spend a lot of time in that game and it is a community game. So people come each other closer. And I know in Rise of Kingdoms, there are couples, they are married in the meantime. Oh, what happens here? My game
Yeah.
was about to crash. Or maybe I got the curse of High Princess. No, we have to say High Princess is definitely.
She's gonna have a voodoo doll of us.
Yeah, true. That was a creepy thing here, but I have definitely to say she's a super active player as well, and she had very good stats. The last season when I watched her, she had always super high merits. She was always well performing. So I do not know what really happened in TFS that this is, but I mean, Tinsy High Prince, yeah.
Well, I mean, I get it. I totally get it.
So that is kind of okay. Okay. So Wahid, you will update us in that. So are they
I'll
now a
keep you
couple
updated.
again, or what is the
I
status?
don't know. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know if I would go to an alliance of like my ex that there was all that drama with, but I don't know.
Hell no. Me neither.
Oh no.
Oh, the ex you keep normally as far away as possible.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why you'd go back there, especially when there's so many other alliances you can join.
Yeah.
You know, there's BTX, there's all the other ones, but to
Yeah.
go back to Echo is kind of interesting. But you know, I will say too, even if they're not couple again, Echo is a really fun, you know, place to be. The community's good. 80% of the players I think are just awesome people. So I get it. I get that totally wanting to be back in that community.
I do think as well, and you have to say Echo is coordinated. They have definitely good players. Echo is showing up, you know. Echo is showing up.
Oh yeah.
So when we just look at them real quick, and with Echo you have always a good option, and I feel like when we look Roots of War wise, Echo and EIS are the best teams for Roots of War, and everyone is looking forward to Roots of War. I think that is a reason why EIS gets in the moment so many recruits. We get so many applications, I can't handle them anymore in DM. So it is really, I get daily. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think I was talking to someone else about this maybe, but I was saying that Dark does a really good job of selecting the right people to join us. Because you know, some people say like, "Oh, EIS, blah blah blah," you know, it's disbanding, whatever. But either way, we're getting a ton of people reaching out every single season wanting to join. And I think where Echo went wrong is Echo was accepting everyone if they were a good fighter, regardless of why they were being kicked from other alliances. And so they kind of got that toxic reputation. They started building up because they'd be accepting these players who were kicked from other alliances for being toxic. Whereas, you know, you have Dark, who doesn't just look at how they play and where they just look at their merits and their activity, but he also looks at, you know, who they are. Are they someone who's going to who's going to contribute to our community, or are they someone who's going to detract from it?
Mm-hmm. So the thing is, for me, Echo is for me a good place because when I see here, I know Kirito is a super good person, super.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Yeah, same. And he's our 4-day. I mean, Sot is a good leader. He's not that kind of dictatorship leader. He's more the how can we say that? He's more calm person and ever. And I also heard that Tempe is a super good war lead. I have never played there, so I cannot vouch for that. But I think it is definitely Echo is if you have to choose right now, definitely one of the places which is a good way to go. So I do understand that High Princess, maybe when there was some struggle inside TFS, whatever, just come back to Echo because yeah, she just knew the community aspect there is there, and how you said that there is 1-2 people sometimes diding it a little bit over the line, and I mean we know that from last KVK. I mean, you personally know it the best, Wahid, what happened to you with all the insults and stuff, but that is one or two persons. It is just like, it is not a whole alliance.
Yeah, that's exactly. And I think that, and that was, I think, where they started. I mean, luckily, one of the two people, I think, quit the game or sold or whatever, what have you. But I think that when they were letting those people in is when they started having problems. Because when we started out in Echo was great. I mean, Echo was the place to be. It was fun. You had Saad, who I think is a really he's a good leader in the fact that he doesn't kind of overmanage or micromanage, but then it's also a negative because when you're acting like that, you allow a lot of things that probably should have been cut. I like Dark's comment though. Yeah, that's why it was hard to let Tinsy join. It was a questionable choice.
But I feel it was a good choice. I feel that was a good
It
choice.
was, of course it was, but we have to tease Tinsy.
You also ignored Doug when he was saying, "Did you just say join BTX?" Join
I
BTX?
missed that.
8 question marks. I mean, so High Princess is definitely back in Echo. Good to know. I didn't have that on my list today. Genesis is saying Bunny is best R4. I mean,
Oh, Bunny.
I do not know a lot of people, but as I said, I had never, and with the Echo people I normally talk, they're super nice. There's also Merc with M3RC. With him I talked, he's a super nice person. So it is, yeah, and I feel like when that some people, maybe some of them who quit the game, who were doing that stuff, which was kind of, in my opinion, totally overdid the line. So if they don't have that anymore, beside that, Echo for me, really, really good team.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's for sure. And Actina is there as an R4 too. He was someone who used to be an aviator for me.
okay, okay.
Yeah, but he's a good guy. Nessie's a really good guy. Obviously Dragon Sister I love. I mean, there's so many great people in Echo, and it was a shame when it kind of went like it did. I mean, it really disappointed me. So hopefully they kind of get back to the basics.
Is that baby cakey? I think so.
Which
How was
one?
it cooked? The Nessie one, is that baby cakey?
No,
No,
Nessie's different.
Nessie dip. Okay, but baby, I think she was R4 as well.
Yeah, she was. I don't know. Maybe she switched lines. I mean, like swap shells or something.
Oh, Mr. Sneaky is in the house as well. Welcome, Mr. Sneaky. Are you still playing Call of
Welcome.
Dragons? Are you still playing Call of
I haven't
Dragons?
seen Mr. Sneaky in a while.
Me
How are you
neither.
doing?
Me neither. I see he's still doing Age of Empires mobile content, but I do not know if he's still because I mean pay to win kind of disbanded as well. So so let's see what we go in next. Okay. TFS, I'm sorry, we are not done yet. We are not done yet. You gave us too much content this week.
Yeah, they really did.
They really did.
TFS was just pouring the content out.
Yeah, today I was just picking up more screenshots from Discord, and it was the whole time TFS. And I mean, that's maybe that's maybe the reason why TFS is more here, because sometimes all this stuff get leaked, and then it's just easier to show them, right? Here it is, WB and TFS mock war. WB and TFS agreed not to attack each other's cities. This is official diplomacy. So please keep it. I mean, everyone was kind of like, what? And I can just tell, I think Veros from EIS, when, I mean, we saw that picture for sure, and then we shared it in our EIS Alliance chat, and I think Veros answer describes it perfectly. RFF, Bastions, WB, TFS, no rally. What is next? No infantry. I think that is hilarious. I mean, so they agreed that they don't rally each other. I mean,
so
why?
this actually, it's not out of character for Jason. Season 1 plus. So it was like 1 mini or something, because they didn't say season 2 at the time. They were just trying to figure it out, I guess, the game. When he was in DX, and they were fighting Jedi, who they eventually merged with to become TFS. They did the same thing. They did kind of like a almost for fun fight where it was no attacking each other's cities. And at the time, I told Jason, I said, like, I was making fun of it quite a bit, and Jason was getting irritated because he was like, "Well, I'm still not sleeping. I'm still playing this whole thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, but if you don't attack each other's cities, what's the point of the game? It's just fake." So it's happened before. I have seen it happen before. It wasn't a huge surprise to me.
Mr. Sneaking saying, I'm fine, but I like to watch some of my five content creators still for COD. That's very cute of you, Mr. Sneaky. And glad to hear you're doing
Aw.
well. Much love to you. I mean, okay. The thing is, for me, it's for me. I don't have the context for it, but I feel like I mean, we know that WB and TFS were allied 2 seasons before, so they were kind of allies. We have Ryuko, which is R4 in both alliances. But it is just for the vibe. It is just like, I feel like not attacking each other's cities. It is part of the game. We all like that. When we push back the enemy, you rally the cities. Everyone is doing that, no matter in which position you are. You either get rallied or you're setting the rallies. When you're that is what's happening and makes the game fun. We want to burn cities.
Yeah.
I can only talk for me. His name Scylla has to join TFS. Scylla got
TFS trying
zeroed.
to cook, WD making them do dishes.
Oh my God. That is too funny. WB and TFS just need a meme of them kissing. I mean, so it went a little bit further ahead because then there was one player and he was setting a rally on WB. Let's look at this. It was Drow. Drow? How do I say it correct, Wahid?
I think it's Drow, right?
Yeah. But you have more context of that, right? What happened with the rally?
Yeah. So what I understand is that, and someone from TFS had told me this, is that Drow went and he set a rally. He was told not to launch the rally. He launched the rally, and then he was kicked. And then he came back into it wasn't a permanent kick. He came back into the alliance, and then he was, flaming Jason and the other leadership and everything like that. So then he got a permanent kick. So there were 2 kicks.
Okay, but what I read today from the Call of Dragons Discord is that so he's I think, is he out of the alliance now? I didn't even check that.
Yes, he's permanently out.
So I mean, maybe we can also check that real quick in the meantime. Where is here my search load function? Oh, I'm always so confused. Oh yeah, when we look here real quick, he's in a farm alliance here. I mean, that is a super good player as well. So I mean, and he basically just announced. So I mean, he was Echo before, right? He was playing in Echo before. Because as I got it today from the Call of Dragons Discord, that he said, I talked to Saad, and sure, I go back to Echo, and Echo people were saying him to join back. So he's probably going like High Princess did also back to Echo. What is kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, maybe he got to get back together with Saad too.
Yeah, true.
I'm kidding.
Oh, Sneaky said, it's how I had said. Rao used to be GG, really good friend in the old S1++ days. So, so yeah, guys, the chat is already saying there is an update about it. So the update I had is, so all that drama with Drow happened, and I mean, he's a really good player, but he's kind of gone. And then I saw this today. The zeroing ban between WB and TFS announced yesterday will be completely invalidated from 24 UTC about 15 hours later. Therefore, from 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, you can attack the city without restrictions.
Poor Drow.
Thank you. So is that a completely we take it back?
I guess so. I guess that means it's completely ended.
Okay. I have all that screenshots from the COD Discord. I have no idea who the credits from or wherever. I just picked them there, what is in the public chats. But So it means like they, because I saw last night they were rallying. Mandu was taking crazy rallies and stuff like this. So first they announced, then they lost a very good player because of that. But what I also have to say is Ryuko said it today in the Call of Dragons Discord. He was not removed because he did that. I think it was kind of, so what Ryuko was saying, and he's our fourth TFS in the Call of Dragons Discord was that he was kicked because he was not following the R4 rules. What I can understand at one point, right? When R4 makes some directions, you kind of have to listen to R4 as well. No matter if you like it or not. Top
Yeah,
Alliance
I
is not
agree.
working. So
I mean,
it,
otherwise you're just going to have complete mayhem. You're going to have madness if people aren't listening. And that's the thing. If you don't agree with your leadership, then you switch alliances. But you can't just go rogue.
I do agree. I do fully agree. And that is why everyone has to find a leadership where you feel comfortable to stay and where you say, okay. And I feel like communication is always the key. And I think that is what a lot of the big leaders really miss, is that sometimes the way you talk after and you talk things out, that gets so often lost. I think people would really lose less people if they would communicate more. And that counts for every alliance. Sometimes it's just a misunderstanding. People feel they're not respected or something like that. When it's handled with when they get kicked, it feels for them disrespectful or anything. But it wasn't maybe it was maybe not mean disrespectful. It was just, okay, you didn't listen to order. It's just out of any personal bad context. And that is sometimes, I
Yeah.
think, a communication issue as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think, oh, I like DSR. He said, I listen to the R4s and I ignore the R5. But I mean, Dark does that. To Dark's, credit, he does a really good job of that. Kind of having that open communication and letting us know what's going on. I think that's appreciated a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is, I feel like that this is the stuff, and that's why you always have to think about when you make decisions. For example, you don't go in a stat, you announce a no burning stuff. I mean, it was definitely the same for, where is the screenshot again, when RFF and RAC last season agreed to no bastion agreement. And I mean, Dark said it in the Discord. So we were allied with RAC and SSG, and Doug said it already on the official Discord. RAC did a no bastion agreement with RFF in Zone 2 without talking to their allies. And I mean, in that situation, we already had a bad condition in that KVK. We knew it will be the Diplo is not in our favor, right? Power-wise. So, and then the only chance we had was RAC pushing back RFF and kind of zone lock them, and then they agreed to no bastion, and it ended where it ended. So I feel like bastions, city rally, these are all features in the game. Don't move them out with agreements. That is kind of like it doesn't just make you look good. That is my opinion about that.
Mr. Sneaky says, but going rogue adds to call a drama. Rayhart's right. A long time ago, BDO and DS also made agreements like that. No city rally each other, then it became a drama in the end.
I think it is, I can understand it from the perspective when you are like WB and TFS is close or kind of globalized or whatever, that you don't want to rally each other in kind of terms of respect. But you can just say it. We will see how the game. But what was happening is that with the no city burning agreement, for example, WB was pushing, and the TFS players like Fluffy, they were just sitting there and had not to teleport, or others. I don't know if it was Fluffy. He's just a good example because I know Fluffy is running around 24/7 with his calf. So what you do with this, you allow the strong enemy players still sit in your territory and kind of hold back the progress. So it's kind of not good for the strategy as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, part of the logic in that, in their agreement, is that why do they want to weaken their global allies, right? If their sights are set on an alliance like Echo, then, they want to make sure that themselves and their global allies are going to stay strong. So I'm guessing that part of that is the logic behind it. But I agree. I mean, I think it ruins the fun when you take that away.
Yes, and I feel like if you're global allies and then you get faced as enemy and you do it different, it's just for the whole KVK not good. Um, yeah, say here saying they should communicate with allies. It's one versus one zone. Siege towers exist. I do agree, but we saw where it ended. It stuck at a choke point, and WT Focus from RFF saying they expected to steamroll us and no need bastions. I agree, but I feel like at the end of the day, they stuck at a choke point, and a bastion would probably have helped to make maybe some. A bastion is a helpful feature in the game to make progress because it just destroys a lot of stuff, and a siege tower is not doing the same effect like a siege bastion has. A siege tower is not destroying other towers or buildings. What helps you bring you over a bridge choke point, for example. So I do disagree with that the siege tower is definitely not compensating that. But yeah, they removed it. So I do not really know what is going on there and how it will be. I think TFS have some rough times, but I also feel like there was something, I think it was said really good in the COD Discord. That's why I screenshotted it. Chingstar was posting that today. I mean, back in the day, we all know that when TFS was allied with ROG, and he basically said that as an answer to something I will show after. But he said, Jason is the goat man. I don't care what anyone says. He's just passionate. And I think that describes Jason very well. He's a super passionate leader. He's taking that super serious. He's spam pings. He's going totally into it, right? And that is probably not everyone's cup of tea, but you can say what you want. I rather take passionate leaders. I take them over the leaders who are saying nothing. That is my personal opinion. How do you
Yeah,
see
and I
that,
mean,
Wahid?
I don't think anyone can argue with that. I mean, Jason will do whatever he can for TFS. I mean, he is so dedicated to that group. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think that you have a ton of leaders like that who will go down with the ship and go back up with the ship and just, carry it on and care as much as he does. I really, maybe I can think of one or two others who just cared that much. So I think that sometimes, that anger comes out his anger, but it's also kind of that passion and that excitement for the game and wanting to make his alliance better. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's just a different level, right? I mean, it's a different way to express yourself, and I don't think that there's necessarily something wrong with that. Some people respond better to that. I know Princess and I were talking the other day about how what kind of war lead do you prefer? Do you prefer someone who is more quiet and calm like Assad, or do you prefer someone like a Jason who is like go 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 go, and it comes down to just your personal likes, right? If you like that go go go, then Jason or Dark, those are kind of the war leads that you want versus the more calm.
Yeah, and I feel like it is just like when you have to play competitive, you have to be a strong personality as well. And I mean, I think that was kind of the answer from on that here, what was shared on the Call of Dragons Discord as well from Jason. Make everyone pings, get people in VC. WTF is going on? All of you F sleep again. Seriously, I'm so F disgustingly disappointed with this leadership team right now. I'm in a conference for a weekend and F known doing S. It's hard to the F you all think an enemy Asian alliance not gonna be doing S at this time. You all F disappoint me. I mean, he's that kind of person who kind of rage out, but he also does that because he cares so much, I think, and that is the 2 points you have to see. But I mean, you have played with Jason, right? So how many seasons have you been in TFS?
Oh, a long time. Well, first I was in DX before we became TFS, so I've been with Jason for God, so many seasons I can't even count. And
So
that's the thing too. I mean, it's just that level of caring. I mean, he'd be saying that, and at the same time, it's because he's the only one who would be fighting that hard, or he's the one who would be kind of pushing the team and everything. And then when you have other people not doing it, I get that frustration. I mean, I do. Um, yeah, I get that.
I mean, we
But
have
he
to see,
doesn't
yeah.
say it in a very diplomatic way. He'll say exactly what's on his mind.
I mean, that is, and that is the point, what you have to see. That is, And that is what I always say. Leaders are different. So if you can't deal with how it is how you said it. For example, Dark is a super yelling person as well, but he's not using so many stuff, right? He's sometimes very clear as well, and he tell us too when we are not doing well. But this Jason is doing that in a very how do you say that correctly in English? In a very I don't find the
He
right
likes, I mean, Jason just likes to swear and yell a
word.
lot.
Yeah, maybe that.
Dark will yell a lot and stuff, but not in the same way. I mean, I think that I don't know. Comparing them is difficult because Jason gets more furious with you. Dark gets more controlled chaos. Um, he'll still, be like, he'll yell something, then he'll be like, "Good job, guys! You guys are doing a great job." Kind of a lot of that positive reinforcement. Whereas, you kind of have Jason who will just threaten to like, kill you. But vulgar. Thank you, DSR. That was the word we were looking for. Jason's
Oh
more
yeah,
vulgar.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I think that describes it. So I think if you want to play in TFS, that is kind of what you have to deal with. That is
Yeah, and
probably
you have to be okay. You have to know what you're walking into.
you have definitely to know what you're walking into, and that is I think so. I feel like there is no good or bad. I mean, here's some fighting going on right now. I see Jason and Dark sharing R5, then Anthony and Guns R4, GG. Echo.
I would, you know what? I would love to see that for a day. I just want to watch that for one day where that's the setup and we go to war.
We go to after everyone who is included in the project will quit the game.
I think it would, and just live stream all of it.
So I mean that is the wrong shell. Wait, where are they all? In which shell? Probably in are they in this shell? Where's the most power going? So TFS did a lot of recruits and they got a lot of power players. And I mean, the thing is right now, this season is, in my opinion, very critical because we got all the migration permits back. So everyone, the migration cooldown was lowered. Everyone got a ton of migration permits back. People can migrate super easy right now. So this is why this season is, in my opinion, super critical because, yeah, people can just now leave because they have the opportunity. So you have to take care about your alliance and your setup and stuff like this. And I mean, if you have some recruits which are very big, not showing up and stuff like that, that is also not so easy, but you have to say, and that you have to give to TFS as well. They here in the zone 2 with the WB, but it's not like they are totally pushed out. They are still fighting over there and they are not giving up. And that you have to give them also. They are still there. Fighting, doing their job and everything. Heard some drama happened with Stan as well. Oh, did it? What drama?
Oh yeah, I heard something too. I don't know what it was, but I remember hearing someone tell me something about Stan.
But what is with Stan? Is he here? No. Where is Stan?
I thought he was TFS.
I thought he was TFS as well. Stan was playing in his C seed KVK for a while. Yeah, but he's TFS now. He joined with Toxic. Do I find him over the search Lord function? Is he just Stan or does he have anything else in his name?
I know, I hate it when these people put other things in their names. They make it impossible to search. Yeah.
No, I do not find him. Yeah, they have another letter S or something like that, and then it's impossible to find them. He's in the front line up screen. Oh, okay. Here he is. So Stan here, he's, I think, a very good friend of Toxic as well. So it's literally there. Yeah, found it.
We're blind.
Sometimes streamer blind. So, yeah, but I have no infos about that. I mean, he's a character. Do you know him, Wahid?
I know of him. I don't think that I know him.
Okay, Dark saying Stan rejoined TFS. So he was out there as well. Interesting. I mean, it is definitely much going on here. And you have to say, they have to manage a war beside all that drama. You know, when your big player's not showing off, then some withdraw with that he's leaving, High Prince is leaving. You still have a war against WB. And here WB with WB here is just smashing it with King Elega here. I mean, they are doing such a great job. And they have literally they have the Asian downtime, but they have it not so much. When we were fighting them, they were setting alarms and everything. So we have to see how that here goes for TFS. It is, I mean, they have the big advantage. Let me put that up real quick again. Their big advantage, what they have is they have the one and only Guns here playing in TFS. I mean, Guns is the content creator which does the most live streams, which is super active. And that is a big advantage for TFS because he will definitely attract people because a lot of people are watching his streams and stuff like this. And so that is definitely a big W here. And I, for example, know Vico. She's super good. I like her a lot. She was in Kong before. Ryuko, I think, is also a super nice person here. I don't know. Yeah, Anthony, I know from EIS as a player. Also super active
Dark's
player.
favorite player.
I mean, there was some incident in EIS. That's why he got, I mean, he left EIS, then there happened something, and now the relationship is not so good. But I personally had never any issue with Anthony, and I liked him. I liked him because probably click on his merits right now. He's 15 million merits. He's war lead right here now. That I was wondering that he got R4 here. I think he joined first Echo after EIS, and then he went after Echo. He went to TFS.
Yeah, he was in Echo for a while.
I don't know at what point you're better off leaving the zone, cleaning your house, and make everything be in order for the next zones, the EXP mobile saying. I mean, you are right with what you are saying, but that's not the Jason style. Jason is not cleaning the house. He's burning the other houses as long as he can. And he will just resource heal for the next zone as well. That is the
and I think that is the ultimate question though for leadership, right? It's when do you kind of give up that zone 2 and say, hey, you know what, we're not going to waste all of our resources here, this is a lost cause, let's just better ourselves for zone 3. I think it's a tough call for leadership.
Absolutely. And I mean, it is really not Jason's mentality. Jason will run in a war which he has 10 billion power disadvantage, he will run in. And it is Jason. That's kind of his character.
And that's that mentality, I mean, and that's kind of what you see in Echo too, because you have a lot of those ex-TFS players, and that mentality kind of went to that area or went to that alliance as well.
Yeah, and I feel like that is not a worst mentality, but at some point it is also the question: where do you have to stop? But I was in Gunstream yesterday, and we talked a little bit about the merits. When you have a fight like WB and TFS, I mean, they are non-stop. When was the Zone 2 opening? It was on Tuesday, I believe.
I think so.
So we are fighting now for 6 days or something like that. And then you have people who don't have 4 or 5 million merits. And I'm not talking about the infantry mains. A person who only slam infantry maybe is a little bit under it. But 5 million should be makeable. And this is the wars you have to show up. We had a big discussion about that in Gunstream yesterday. I feel like people need to know what it means to play in a competitive alliance. You cannot play a YOLO style in a competitive alliance. And I would really not recommend you migrate to one, because you will get yelled at and you will not be happy. Then go to a mid-tier server, Power Kingdom, where you don't have to be online. But in the top 1, top 2, top 3 KVKs, you have to make some time for the game, especially in that zone openings. You cannot just say, oh, this time I'm on a birthday party, this time I'm there, this time I'm there. It is totally fine. If you want to have only a little time in Call of Dragons and more time in real life with all your activities, go out. That is your decision. You decide how you create your life. But if you play in a top alliance, so I can understand that the hard requirements in competitive alliances, that the merit requirements are high and stuff like that, and that people sometimes have not in mind. They join the big alliances, and then they don't make the requirements and get kicked the next season after. This is what happens. And I tell that everyone who applies to EIS, we have strict rules. If you don't make here your debt requirements, your merit requirements, you are out. You're just out. Um,
And I mean, you have to. You know, that's the only way to make it fair for all the players who are pushing, right? Because I mean, no one wants to be carrying half their alliance who doesn't hit those requirements or who doesn't contribute. So I think that it's good that those requirements are there.
I fully agree. And I mean, there can always be a one-time situation. We had a person who had a big surgery with cancer and stuff like that. For sure, this person can take an off season or something like that. But even that person did all the requirements. That was even for me more impressive. But there can be something come up in life where it's one season. But if it gets over, but when you are new joining a competitive alliance, it cannot happen that the next one you have directly something coming up. When you maybe play 6 successful seasons in a competitive alliance and you have one time bad in real life thing coming up, everyone will maybe say, okay, one season. But not a second season either. You have to make sure if you want to compete in this KV case, the R5s have the responsibility for the whole team. And the whole team does get damaged when people not showing up. So I do understand why also Jason do this pings and stuff like that, and that he really wants to motivate the people. And I mean, they're still fighting here, but some people will probably be exhausted. Janice is saying Resource Hill is actually cheap with all the, yeah. So more alliances will go all in, but so two now got at the end of season reward instead of Hydra Negro. Oh, is the rock in the season end reward? Is the rock?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Let me check that real quick. Oh, and stop maybe a policy. Let me check that real quick. Oh, that is the Auger Stone achievements. What gives the Amber? Yeah, for sure the Frost Dragon here.
Dirk
No.
says guns attracts people and Jason makes them leave.
That is a rough sentence. Hi, Matcha.
That is a very rough sentence. I don't know if that's true, but
I mean, that's a dark statement, and I mean, but that is what I mean. People sometimes maybe that is what I'm trying to say. You have to see where you go into it, and Jason is not hiding that. He says, "That's me. Go for it or go
Yeah.
now for it." That's why I don't understand people go there and then they say, "Yeah, I get yelled on." I mean, it's Jason. What do you expect? If you go there, that is his leadership style. And there is not a good or a bad. It's just his style. So that you should do a little bit research before you go somewhere. In my opinion, ask some members there, how is it going, and not just joining blind and then, oh, I don't like this. I mean, then you have to go. It is what it is.
Especially it's such a top alliance. I mean, I feel like everyone knows the leaders of the top alliance. I think probably the only leader that you might get wrong impressions of are Dark because he likes to do all his rage baiting in public. But I mean, leaders like Jason, you know that you're going to be yelled at. You know that that's just what's going to happen. So it's just shocking to go there and then say, "Oh my God," like acting, innocent to it. I mean, that's just the reality.
I mean, here are consequences too for players who don't listen to the call outs. It's not like that we are when you play competitive, you have rules, and that has to be there, right? And then you just choose what kind of. It is like in real life. I mean, when you work for a company or when you go in relationships or whatever, or when you choose who will be your friend or not, you go to people you can good with, which is easy, which you like their personality. And that's the same like in Call of Dragons. Search for R5, which you think is a cool personality you match with. And you can good. So for example, for me, there is never a reason to leave EIS because I'm super fine with Dark how he handles that stuff. Do I always agree with him? Probably no. But in most of the terms, I agree with him because I feel like we are looking in the same direction. I like that we have requirements. I like that he is strict, and I know how to take him. So if you start taking every single word personal, then it gets rough. But it is not true. The Rock does not. That new Hydra gives the season Amber, and that new Hydra is in Zone 3, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing with your leadership. I mean, you got to choose who's best for you, and you got to choose who you're going to be able to trust to make the right decisions. I mean, I don't think that any of us always agree with what Dirk does because no one you're going to agree with 100%. But I think that he's a good leader that we all trust. We trust that he's going to make the decisions, the correct decisions, not just for the overall alliance, but for us as players. I mean, he's able to see when we're struggling. He's able to see when it's going to be a push for us when we should be there. So I think that's really what makes a good leader.
Okay, and people said that rock gives the compendium. I see it here, and you get a better token exchange store. So maybe that's the reason that they want to go for that. What is in here? Iron Tusk and Elegy and Shield and Wolfhorn. What is the blue one? Yeah, here's the Wolfhorn and the Iron Tusk missing. So that is maybe by the rock. Okay, for the compendium, I get that. But you can always come back later to a zone 2 fight as well. So I mean, TFS situation is probably, and that's maybe why they're still fighting, because when you see here, they know that in that KVK, I mean, the matchup they got, I mean, Rage, we have here Rage, and then we have WAO, which got kind of pushed out of the zone. Being here at the Spire, probably get pushed right now when I see that correct here. So they know there's not much going on. It will be interesting if they can hold the Hydras in the zone 3, but maybe that's why TFS don't want to lose here any choke point, because they want to still have a good position to coming back and get the better compendium and exchange store. So from that perspective, maybe understandable also. I enjoy talking to your leaders, Minddrive. You mean to Dark?
Sounds so surprised. You mean to Dark?
Oh, what did he say? Sounds like TFS Princess next season. Why? Replacing High Princess for TFS? What? What? You kick me or what? He's sometimes so weird.
Yeah.
But
I like when you yell at him in Office Game. Why are you being so weird? Stop being so weird.
Yeah,
so weird.
Stop being so weird. Sometimes he comes with stuff up. That is why I say Dark and me not always agree. But I thought we got along with each other. We will see how that goes. If he is spreading here some fails infos. Check DMs. Look what Casilla just said to me. Okay, I need to check DMs. I do not have DMs. Humble? You trolling me? Or do you tell that to Dark? I don't have a DM from you, Humble. No, I extra updated that. Or is it in the EIS Discord? Checked. Oh, got I pinged? Maybe I got pinged. No, I didn't. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Okay, I need to. Oh, can we show that? Can we show that? You send it in game, Humble, I assume. Yeah, okay.
Like the struggle of, can I show that? Can I show that?
Let me read through, I do not understand fully the joke. Is that not racism?
Oh God, I want to know what it is now.
Yeah, I sent you. You check.
Okay, let me see.
Wait, you check for me. Wait, I do it here in our Yap links.
Okay.
And you tell me if it's racist or not, because that is I do not understand if that can be read double.
Yeah, it's a little dark humor. I don't think I'd share it.
Yeah, it is dark. Humble, you make you to share me stuff which is critical.
So weird.
Yeah, I'm sometimes and I'm so bad in getting that and sarcasm and stuff either. So the the funniest part is what I said at the beginning. Murder will remember that. The dark humor. That is we have a word for that in German as well, and it's called schwarzer Humor. But the problem is if you literally translate that. You type it into Google, for example, and translate it. It's called not dark humor. It's called it translates it to black humor. And I was saying that I was saying that, innocent like always. I was just talking that and I was saying, yeah, that is black humor. And then everyone was starting laughing in the alliance chat and I didn't know why. And then Murder explained inside Princess. I mean, that can come over the wrong way. And I was saying, I was just translating it from German into English. And then you come into that. Oh, it's not bad.
It's not
What?
that bad.
Okay,
It's not
okay.
that bad. It's just one of those things where it's like it could be taken a weird way. It is funny though, but
Okay,
still,
then do you think I can share it, Wahid, or not? I'll leave it to you.
I wouldn't.
You would not. Okay, so I go with Wahid is here my decider. She has the full American understanding of American language, and I mean Catzilla should say all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, humor. I mean, Genesis. I think that was back in the days in BAP where we still together. Humor, I said. See here, look, this is going in a wrong direction now, guys. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. For the EIS player, check screenshot for the masses. Yeah, sometimes here we are living at the limit.
Dark says, "Wow, my internet cut out, and I missed Prince's whole excuse for why she's joining TFS."
Oh my God, he's gone. He's real. Oh wait, I have to do one. We have to, because he asked for having his mod removed. Because Dark said he will when I was making a mod and I said, I like when you are my mod on my stream. And then he said, yeah, but I will maybe ban people without they saying bad things. And I said that you cannot do that on my stream. You can only ban them if they're doing bad things. And then he said, okay, then you have to remove the mod from me. So let's see. Maybe he is not doing that. One time he was he was deleting Yukon's message by mistake, he said.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He said he was on phone and he wanted to check on profile if it's real Yukon, because Yukon said Wahid and Princess will talk about in the Yapcast that I'm joining back to EIS. And then he deleted that by mistake because he was clicking on his name. So yes, I mean, we have one last funny thing. I mean, that is probably the funniest moment of the week.
Yeah, it is. It's my personal favorite. It's like memories.
I mean, we can maybe ask the chat. What do you guys think? How many F words you can say in one sentence? Let the chat guess how many F words you can say in one sentence. We were both dying laughing. Wahid sent it to me. She recorded it.
No, someone else recorded it, so I can't take credit, but I did send it to you.
Yeah, but she sent it to me. Why Murder is saying what? How many? Did I phrase it wrong, Wahid? Can you maybe?
No. How many times can you say, like in a war call? If you're saying something, how many times can you say the F word? I like that Tinsy, who's been in TFS, says 25.
Infinity. Does it have to make sense?
No. Oh, yes.
Nothing. Yes. I mean, yeah, probably yes, but on the other hand, nothing here makes so much. It is a Yapcast. You guys, So, but I will show it. I need to have everything ready. And we will leave it a little bit in. It is just so funny. So we have to say, first I have to get, so Wahid sent that to me, that video. We laughed so hard because it was from a live stream from Guns where Jason was doing the war comms. And then I just didn't want to share it without asking both for permission. So I asked Jason, I said, Jason, that's my funniest moment this week. Can I share it in my first Yapcast episode? And he said, lol, go ahead. I think it's funny. So I feel it cool how he handled it, that he didn't say or was mad or anything. And then I asked Gans for permission. So this is definitely our funniest EIS. Oh my God. Our funniest Call of Dragons moment of the week. So let me hope it pulls up on our right screen. Let's go, people.
Fucking rally, guys. If no one fucking fills my rally, I'm gonna fucking rally you, I swear to fucking God. Fill the fucking rally. Fucking rally, guys. If no one fucking fills my rally, I'm gonna fucking rally you, I swear to fucking God. Fill the fucking rally. Fucking rally, guys.
No audio.
If no one fucking fills my rally, I'm gonna fucking rally you, I swear
Oh
to
wait, you got
fucking
it.
God. Fill the fucking rally.
Did it now with the audio working? I hope it worked with the audio. Did it work for you guys? Did you hear it? Or do I have to? The problem is probably it's not for me. It's not showing here properly.
They heard it.
Yeah, murder. But I thought it is super funny. We were here dying laughing. It was a F rally, fill the F rally, or I will F rally you already. Fill the F rally. So it was kind of a vibe. Jason always pleading for people to fill rally. I mean, we know that when I think last season it was Swarm the Bastion, right? When it was full with Goddess Gogol, and this season is fill the F rally. I swear I will F rally you. You don't fill the F rally. So wide in me, but just enjoyed it, and I think that is really. I really
Yeah,
have
it
to
was
even-
just so funny.
Yeah, it was funny. I mean, yeah, Doug saying I really have to even ask the people already feeling it. For me, it was nearly impossible to go in a Bastion rally this fighting in Zone 2. But I have also to say that we didn't have so much Bastion fights like they had. I mean, they had endless Bastion fights with WB. And I mean, we can show here a little bit our situation maybe till the end coming. We secured our Zone 2. Here NA is a little bit in. Let's see, maybe we have some fightings here because Zone 3 opening will give us no fights. I think the statue is Tuesday, but it's only the small one, so super boring as well. So there's a boring week ahead in Call of Dragons, at least for those who have finished their Zone 2s. Because TFS ain't got that requirement. Half of the Alliance afraid of loose troops. I mean, they probably will get that in the future. I mean, you have to, in my opinion. Is he from NA USA? Wahid, do you know that? I do not know that.
He's in New York.
Ah, okay. I cannot say the American accents where they're from because
Yeah, it's like a Jersey, New York accent.
for me they're all look similar, and we can
Yeah.
just go over because people always asking me that. That's why I always put up here real quick the merit rankings. People always looking for it. We have definitely in our other zone 2 our allies. Let's look at there real quick. They should catch up soon in merits because they have still a lot of fighting here. You see it live here. A2G is in action here with OO, and it is A2GFA versus OO and DK here. So here is nothing so clear. You see both touched. Oh, isn't the rock unprotected right now? Oh, look, they could go for the rock, right? Because they touch it. Why are they not teleport stuffing in here and trying to get? But then maybe they come to kill them. And they are fighting here also. So we have A2G has a rock and OO has a rock. So this zone looks still super interesting here. Oh, for once I have decent merits. Genesis, for once you have not been in on a vacation. Normally, Genesis is on vacation. Did you know WAO has 300k per 100 million player debt requirement? Oh, I didn't know that. Rock goes on 4 hours again once it's been taken. Oh, I see. Ah, okay, that's why. There's a lot of fights still in Zone 2 and a lot of KVKs. I mean, that is what I will do probably the next week. Doing some war watching parties, and Wahid and me will keep an eye on the gossip. So drop a like on the stream, guys, if you enjoy that kind of format. We plan that every weekend. We will announce the time always in advance on our posts. And you can always text or Wahid or me if you have some gossip, because we don't have the time to going through all the chats the whole time. So it helps us a
and
lot,
any
Wahid,
gossip
right?
you have, we'll always keep it secret anyway. I mean, not the gossip, but who said it?
Serious.
We won't
We keep
say
it secret.
anyone who leaks anything. We won't say your name or anything like that. But we do appreciate it because, like Princess said, there's only so much that we get. And of course, we're going to miss something. And if we do miss something, and, that's never fun, especially if we only have half a story.
Yeah, and I think Wahid said it correct. So if someone shares something personal and says, I want to be anonymous, we don't say we got it from that person. We just said we got that info. But it is kind of like, other than that, we can only take what is I feel like it's easy to see the stuff which has the main attention on the Call of Dragons Discord, because that is really, this week it was BTX and TFS, right? The whole time I did open the Call of Dragons Discord, I saw this. Minecraft said, I have gossip. Jay, wow, I won't share any secrets with Valiant or Princess. We're doomed now.
Well, us don't share. Obviously, we would never share. But we want gossip we can share.
Yeah, exactly. So if you send us, for example, a screenshot, for sure that one we probably will share, but we will not share that you did it. You that you shared it with us. We don't say person XYZ did giving us that screenshot. We said we got that screenshot. Look at this.
And see, we asked permission from Guns, from Jason.
Yeah.
We didn't go,
I did even ask Arise for his perms because I showed so many of his memes. Then I wanted to make sure he's fine with that as well. We asked Jason, we asked Guns when we shared the live stream stuff. So I mean, when the stuff is in public chat, then you have not to do it. Then you can publicly just use it. When someone shares stuff and the official Call of Dragons public Discord, that can always be shared because it is anyway already public. But stuff which is not public already, I ask the persons always if they want to share it or not.
Or you're like me and you just start gossiping and just say everything that comes in your mind.
Yeah, that is also fine. Oh my God, Mind Drive. Be better. So we have really, Wahid and me have our own channel section in Discord where we getting up all the gossip stuff. We over the week we sharing there, and then we sometimes just start laughing together because when it's going so wild, we even have the whole week fun for that. Yeah, let us know in the comments if you like the format. Let us know if you want to have that more. Is there anything else we have to say, Wahid?
I'm trying to think. I feel like, wait, what did Tinsy say? I have a very good fix. Send me it next time when you get gossip, and I'll go post it in COD Discord so that it's public.
Yeah. But...
Oh, I have the drama with Stan.
Let's go. Do you have a screenshot?
Someone DM me.
Do we have a screenshot?
I can't share it.
You can share, but you can tell. Wait, but let me go back then real quick to Stan that people on the... We got the gossip, guys. I mean, with Wahid, I have to say, Wahid has nearly every gossip. So what is the cup of tea here?
Okay, so this is very reliable gossip. They said that he kept the rally. WB told him to stop yapping in Alliance, told him to stop. He understood, and that was it. No drama. So I guess he was yapping, and then he stopped yapping.
Okay, so so it was basically no drama, like this draw. Oh.
Yeah, Dro is I think the big drama, but Stan, it doesn't seem like it was that big.
So okay, so then we know this. So we at least know this one. So we are definitely watching that. I mean, they are still fighting here. Let's see how that goes. But I feel like it is for me. I didn't know that TFS has no death requirements when the chat was telling that. WAO is 300k. I feel like that is definitely a high number, but you have to see that you can't put the requirements too high because it should be always makeable by an average player. It is more like that everyone contributes to the team, but the Krakens will for sure always take more. A Jason will always take more deaths in his alliance. A Dark, a Humble, a DSR, a Bebek, etc. in EIS will always take more deaths than others because they just have the paywall behind it a little bit higher.
If we keep saying Dark and Jason in the same sentence, Dark is gonna kick us.
Oh my God, Imad. I mean, yeah. Welcome to Yapcast episode 2. Princess Wahid got kicked from EIS.
TFS, princess, TFS, Wahid.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's wild. It's wild.
It really is.
I mean, we don't hope for that. I do really like it in EIS. I hope we can stay.
Of course. I mean, we both love it here.
Yeah, so here are all my friends. I would not like to play anywhere else. And I don't want to play with another R5. That's what I'm saying. I chose my R5 wisely. I was watching EIS before I was in a G2 alliance, and I was always watching the G1 alliances, and I watched interviews with Dark before I joined EIS, and I knew kind of like, at least I had a little bit an idea how he works. And I knew he's a strict and fair leader, and he's very clear. And I like that. That's why I chose EIS, and that's why I'm still here, because I like exactly that. So, but the most people don't do that, and then they are so surprised, and then we have sometimes people coming in EIS as well, and they expect something else, and then they maybe leave after when they can't make requirements or when they're not happy with anything, and that is super fine. Her keyword is she hopes she can stay to be determined. Oh my God, that's wrong.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, Dark is a very disciplined leader. I think that that's good. You don't see that as much. A lot of people kind of run off of emotion. And I think that that's what makes him a good R5. And I wouldn't want to leave it either. I mean, I think that the Alliance is in a really good place. I think the Alliance is only going to move up. And I think that, Dark really cares a lot about it. And I think that that spills over to the players.
Absolutely. And you need to know, and this is a good example here, what Dark showing. He said to be determined. You know that when Dark's, and he will never admit it, Dark is not a person who will show you abbreviation the whole day from the morning till the evening. That's not Dark. That you even get a thanks is maybe a lot. But he's, you know what I mean? He's very, in his communication, he's very focused, very clearly. And
Thanks, that's a lot.
yes. And but when he is is picking on you the right word sometimes, that is that he likes you. He would not do that if he don't like you. So when he is going make that jokes and everything here, you do know that he kind of likes you. So I'm taking the jokes. Oh, he said, "Be happy to have Wahid. Great for the community." So Princess TFS, Wahid, stays the EIS. I mean, then we have more controversial stuff. Then we have more controversial stuff. Dark is the
Dark Asian parent.
He will not admit it, but Dark and me are good friends, so nothing get us away so easy. And if not, I mean, I will always find a home. That is not a problem. But I'm definitely not looking for a new home, even if I have to.
She's already making her backup plan.
Huh?
I'll find a home. It's okay, guys.
It's okay. I find a new home. I would not even know where to go, to be honest. If I would be kicked from EIS, I would not know where to go.
Oh, good question. Where would you go if you had to choose another alliance?
If I would probably, I don't know, would I leave the game? It could be the case I would just leave the game, because for me it's just
no, you have to choose.
Yeah, but that is what probably for me it is like. For me, EIS made the game so cool. It is not that like Call of Franks was a good game, but what made the game for me cool is playing in EIS. And I'm a person who is very, my values are, for sure you can do some choking or that or whatever, but I'm a very loyal person, and I like to stay with the same people when you made friends and stuff like that, and not hopping on too often between alliances. And I had to do that in G2 because the leadership was just not good. So I don't know, but if I would have to choose, okay, if you want me to pick one, that is so rough. Mm,
I know it's a big decision.
it is a really big decision. So, for example, I like, for example, the Alliance WB, but they probably have the most time no English VCs. So that would not be I want to have English voice chats. I want to have a strict leadership, good war leads. Mm, I don't know. Is there anything and good in Roots of War? Roots of War. I want to really play Roots of War League. So it is rough for me to find something where I could get this. You know what I mean? And that would not be my playstyle then. I do not know where I would go.
Krabby says if I'd have to leave EIS, I would just join EIK.
I do not. I do really not know.
We stumped her. I think like Princess is gonna go to sleep thinking, did I choose right?
Yeah, I am just thinking. I go through Alliance. It comes to my head, and then okay, no, this point I don't like. Oh no, this point I don't like. There's coming. I do think, for example, the most part of Echo is cool, but they had that people who did the insulting, what I could not stand. If that people would still be there, it would not be an option. And second thing is to playing in the most powerful alliance, with the top thing is also not so my thing, because then you get that boring matchups. I want to have the rough matchups. So that would speak against Echo, even if I would if I like I think the leadership probably more than other leaderships. What else is there a place to be? It's rough. It is really rough. And Echo is the only one who is good in Roots of War as well. So, but yeah, as I said, it was with that stuff happening with the people. But I heard that people quit. So maybe that is not a problem.
One of them quit. The other one's still there.
Yeah. Okay. So see, that is probably. Hi, Gunther. Welcome. We are about at the end of the stream. Princess thinking about where she could go. Probably nowhere. I mean, honestly, then I would just maybe try out another game. I play Call of Duty.
You have to choose. No, gun to your head. You have to choose another alliance.
No, but I would just play another game probably.
No, I just quit.
I have a good community which I played Age of Empires Mobile with, and they are playing Fate War now. They're starting. I'm not joining them, but I would probably do something like that. If I do not know if I would. It depends. It depends how it goes. So yeah, let's be continued. Let's see if EIS time is running 7 days. Will EIS still be? Will Princess still be in EIS? Will she make it? Will she make it? I mean, I have my requirements. I'm close to my debt requirements, by the way. Look, this are my debts right here. But it is really a rough question. Once you experience EIS, you can't find it anywhere else. That is kind of the feeling I have as well. And I kind of, I'm a person when I get attached with people and I like them, then I could never leave them. Do you know that feeling, Wahid?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because I mean, whenever I've had to leave, it's never been because I woke up one day and wanted to. I mean, TFS I was kicked from, so that was, unfortunate. But Echo, that one was hard. That was not a fun one to leave. I mean, if I had to go back, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know where I'd go.
I mean, question, where would you go if you would have to leave EIS?
I think I'd go TFS.
You would go
just
TFS?
To upset the entire game, just to confuse the entire game. I would swap with High Princess and go right back.
Imagine that.
Can you imagine the memes?
Oh my God. Oh, for real, you get memed. For real, you get memed.
No, I mean, I couldn't think of anywhere I want to go. I'm really happy in EIS. I think that everyone here is really cool. I think that it's a lot of fun. I love the community. I think Dark is a good leader. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, but I do agree with you. I think we had that point when one person was thinking about joining EIS, leaving the friends. I mean, at some point it was like when I went from G1 to G2 to G1, I had to leave a big group of friends behind as well because they didn't meet the requirements for a G1 alliance. So it was basically it was Murder Venue and me, and the rest had to stay. And we are still, I mean, they are still my mods, Kex, Shadows, etc. They are still my mods here, and they are playing in IR right now. So we are still super in contact. Genesis is playing in Echo. We were season 1 buddies. So that is all going, and you still take your friends with you. But I feel like that what I have in EIS, you can just tune in the voice chat. It is always fun. We playing other games together. I just do enjoy that.
I feel like Dark's kind of, wait, you joined ES because we never LITFS. So now you say this. I'm joking. That was a joke.
You know, oh
I'm not going to TFS. That was a joke.
Okay, what is the result of the first Yapcast from Wahid and Princess? We got in trouble with our boss.
I know, we already did.
But it is for yapping. We had some fun, guys. We will be here next week. We will definitely. Where would you go? Oh, that is not Genesis. Where would you go if you would have to leave Echo?
Yeah, see, these are good. Dark, where would you go?
Dark, where would you go?
That's the question. If you couldn't be R5, so you'd have to be R4, whatever alliance you joined. What alliance would you join?
Now I'm interested.
I know, me too. Banyo says he goes where Princess and Murda goes.
Oh, that is so cute.
That's really cute.
That is really cute. Genesis, Murder saying Genesis would go where the highest bidder.
Dark saying murdered Vanya, where are you going?
Where Princess goes, Dark, it is what it is. I mean, we had that in a voice chat. I think one was it 2 days ago or something like that, when Dark and me couldn't go into the bastions. And then I said, okay, Dark, now we get kicked from EIS. Where do we go together?
Dark says MFD may be the only place I was open to. Most leaderships are a disgrace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
MFD would be a good one. I like Abda quite a bit.
Yeah, Abda, I do like them as well, and they have also Quokka. Do I say her name correct?
Yeah, they have Quokka. Yeah. They have Crazy. Is Crazy Bob still there? I think he might be.
So that sounds for me, but it is I think imagine Dark being not an R5 as a member. I cannot picture that.
I can't imagine it.
No. Okay, guys. Yeah, drop a like on the stream. Stay tuned for next week. Feed us with content. Send us all the content pieces you get. Wahid, what is your Discord name?
It is Wahid1.
So Wahid. Wahid1 or princess.tv on Discord. This here is our Discord names. There you can just send us the information when you have some good. The new week starts tomorrow, so we hope there's some spicy stuff going on. So let's see how it goes. What is next week? Who will dominate it? I mean, I'm super not used on normally EIS is every week in the drama zone, but for any reason it became a little bit quiet about us, guys. So throw out whatever you want. We are talking about every gossip, and yeah, we will keep you updated. Wahid, anything else?
No, but thank you for joining us, guys, on our girls chat /yap/ all the good gossip.
Yeah, it was good. We had at least we had our fun. So see you the next time. Bye, guys. Subscribe to the channel that you don't miss out next time.